All right, so we're gonna do a chord and then a riff, chord and then a riff. Nothing fancy, try to keep it simple, but we're gonna try different chord voicings. So I'm gonna start right here, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C. Hey everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this video I want to give you an overview of how the CAGED system works and how you could start using it right away. So we're going to focus on the foundation of the CAGED system, which is these 5 main open chord shapes that become movable shapes to play any chord all over the neck. So we're going to start with the major chord forms, which is the foundation of the CAGED system, but I'm going to talk about how you can modify them, of course, to make your minor chords. Before we get into it, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. And if you want to be notified of any new lesson, be sure to tap the bell. All right, here we go. So the CAGED acronym stands for these 5 main major open chord shapes: C, A, G, E, and D. Now each one of those chords is movable, meaning even though I'm playing C with this shape, I could take this same shape, which we're going to call the C shape. Just to help visualize that, I'm going to put my index finger off the guitar like it's behind the nut. And so now I'm playing this C with my pinky, ring finger, and middle finger, and no index finger. But then when I slide it up, let's say to the root note F, which is on the 8th fret of the A string, there we go, it's the same shape. Right here it's C, and my pinky is playing the C, and here it's F, and my pinky's playing the F, right? Now if we look at an A major chord, again, I'm going to keep my index off so I could help visualize that as a movable chord. And now I'm going to move it up to D. See, so now my index finger is on the note D on the A string, 5th fret. Right? But all these chords we play in various ways. Like I typically don't play it like that. I play it like this, or I just isolate one triad within, like, or just these 3. Then we get G. Right? And I'm going to imagine my index finger over here, right? And now I'm going to slide that up to a C. Kind of a hard one to play, but again, we don't have to play the whole chord. I could just play the top 4 strings. There's a C, or the bottom 4 strings. There's a C, or the middle 4 strings. Then the E. But again, I'm going to take my index off to help me visualize that. And I'm going to play an A chord now, slide it up to an A. And then last but not least, a D. But I'm going to play it without my index finger to help me visualize that as a movable shape. And then I'm going to move that up to a G. How do I know that's a G? Well, I've got 2 root notes there. This is a D, and this is a D, open D string, right? So now I'm just going to slide it up to this G and this G, right? And then we've got... So that's it. So to summarize, C shape, now to an F. A shape, now to a D. G shape, now to a C. E shape, now to an A. D shape, now to a G. Now that's just the introduction to the CAGED system. So now another cool thing we can do is play each one of those chords in all 5 shapes. So in other words, here's a C major in the C shape. Now here's a C major in the A shape. Now here's a C major in a G shape. Now here's a C major in the E shape. And a C major in the D shape. and then back to the C shape, but higher up on the neck, 1 octave higher. Right? Now in A major. A major in the A shape, after that is the G shape, after that is the E shape, D shape, C shape, and then back to the A shape. G major in the G shape, now G major in the E shape, G major in the D shape, G major in the C shape, G major in the A shape, then back to G major in the G shape. E major in the E shape, E major in the D shape, E major in the C shape, E major in the A shape, E major in the G shape, and then back to E major in the E shape. D major in the D shape, D major in the C shape, D major in the A shape, D major in the G shape, and then D major in the E shape, back to D major in the D shape. All right, now you see me just playing these as their full forms, like 6-string forms, 5 or 6-string forms. But within each one of these shapes are smaller triads. So for instance, let's say the C shape. Let's take that C shape and play an F again. But let's look at the smaller triads within. We have FAC here, which is root 3rd 5th. Then we have 3rd 5th root. And then we have 5th root 3rd, right? So one of my favorite ways to play the C shape is just the top 4 strings. And that frees up my pinky to play little embellishments with the pentatonic scale that is also in the C shape. Every pentatonic scale contains 1 major chord form. So the C shape of a major chord always goes along with this pentatonic scale. So I could do things like, right? Then let's look at the A major shape. And let's go up to a D major. So this one we have root 5th, root 3rd 5th. So we've got this nice little triad. We've got this nice little triad. We could do 4 strings at a time. Right? And then this one also has a pentatonic scale. G shape. Let's play that as a C major. Now this one, someone like Jimi Hendrix loved to play this voicing. Middle 4 strings. That's the 3rd, 5th, root 3rd. And then that frees us up to use our other fingers to play the G shape pentatonic scale. Or we could just play this triad. Now you want to know where all your root notes are first and foremost, then your 3rds, and then your 5ths. So here we have this root, we have this root, and this root, right? C, C, C. So whenever you're on a C on the G string, and you want to make a major chord from it, just go, or, right? Or C on the low E string. You're probably used to this one, the E shape, but you also have the G shape, right? E shape. Let's play an A. And now this one, we got a root, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root. So we got this nice triad right here. We've got this nice one here. And then when I'm just playing smaller parts of the CAGED shape, it's easier for me to add embellishments. Right? So that one has the E-shaped pentatonic scale. And then last but not least, the D shape. And let's play a G major chord. And there, of course, we've got this little shape. We've got this nice power chord. We've even got this. 3, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5. They also have arpeggios, right? So 3rd, 5th root, 3rd, 5th root. So each one of these shapes, we've got a pentatonic scale. We've got a chord shape. We've got an arpeggio. I just snuck down to that other shape so I can grab that low root. Awesome. So that is the foundation of the CAGED system. Major chord shape, pentatonic scale, arpeggio, right? Then we could take any one of those shapes and make them minor by just flatting the third. So for instance, let's say I have C major in the A shape. Well, if I know that the third is right here, I could just flat it. In this case, it's an E to an E flat. And now I have a minor version of the A shape, the A minor shape. So let's say I have D in the C shape. I can make it minor by just flatting the third. This comes down to here. As a full chord form, that one's kind of awkward. But as a little triad over here, it's awesome. C in the G shape. Take this third, make it a flat, E flat. Now this E right here, we're just going to play as an E flat here. So it would be. C in the E shape. Take this third, make it down a half step. C minor, E minor shape. So instead of the E major shape, E minor shape. C major in the D shape, C minor in the D minor shape. Just flat the third. So that's the basics of the CAGED system. Now, how might you use this in your playing? It allows you to mix leads with chords. It allows you to play chords in different registers all over the neck. It gets you out of just your basic, your basic 6-string bar chords and gets you playing smaller shapes. So as an example, let's just take the chord progression C, G, A minor, F. And I want to play on top of it using some of these caged ideas. I'm going to mix different caged voicings and pentatonic scales. Check this out. All right, so we're going to do a chord and then a riff, chord and then a riff. Nothing fancy, try to keep it simple, but we're going to try different chord voicings. So I'm going to start right here, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. If you want to go more in depth on the CAGED system and everything to do with learning guitar, head over to guitartricks.com. There's a library of high-quality song lessons with downloadable tab, multiple videos per song, step-by-step courses in guitar fundamentals, rock, blues, country, a guitar toolbox, and so much more. Happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.